There's one judge and one lawgiver. Ultimate judge and ultimate lawgiver. The reason we have judges on earth because God is a judge. The reason we have lawgivers because God is a lawgiver. The reason we have grace, the reason we have attorneys is because God is a God of grace. The redemption is typified in the attorney. Everything's a type and a shadow. The reason we have transportation and stuff like that is because we're being transported to our new place. But anyway, what I was going to say is, so we're judged for things done in the body, right? We're going to be judged for things done in the body at the Bema seat. Now, the ones that are not saved, they will be judged at the great white throne judgment. The judgment already starts, because you have consequences, There's always consequences to your actions. I'm just glad I never killed anybody. Never stole anything. Never really done anything. We've all gotten mad at people and said things we shouldn't say, we admit that. But a lot of times people try to push you. So in order to have a good record at the Bema seat, it's best to keep a lot of boundaries, because when people try to cross your boundaries, that's when you get into trouble, I'll be judged for marrying the wrong ones. Wrong one. But in-laws can push you to the limit. And if you're looking for peace, before you marry that person, you better make sure the in-laws live in peace and they don't get in. You see it on the news all the time. The in-laws, and I call the in-laws the outlaws most of the time. I'm sure there's some good ones out there, but most of the time the in-laws are the outlaws. Usually there's an in-law usually there's one out of all of them that's just lazy, wanting to vampire off of people. If the husband and wife are not on the same page, if the man says that person's trouble, don't let him in the house, and the man goes to work and then she lets these people in the house, it's trouble. You better off staying single, I promise you, unless you can get somebody you're in tune with. Because even if you get somebody you're in tune with, there's always people trying to cause division. It could be at church. There's a lot of devils at church, There's a lot of demons at church. A lot of them. Pay attention to people's words. They always reveal themselves through their words. It's impossible for them not to. If they love the truth, they speak truth. If they love the lies, they speak lies. Plain and simple. If you got a Jezebel that worships herself, she's going to think she's a queen bee. And the words out of her mouth will be queen bee syndrome. Everything is revealed, people. I'm I'm not too worried about things done in the body, though. You know, God is the judge, not me, so He knows better than me. But I'm more worried about things in the heart. You know, keeping your heart right. There's a lot of people that try to push you into bitterness and unforgiveness, and they'll even try to push you into hate if you let them. But you don't hate anybody. You don't even hate the devil. You know the devil's the devil, and God's got that under control, right? I was going to get some gas, but this situation don't look safe. Every time I come over here, I see craziness in the parking lot. It's like all these cars, they're not even getting gas. They're just sitting there in their car. Like, what are they doing? All of them. It's the new Hangout, I reckon. And the reason it's a new Hangout is they redesigned it, and the door, you can't see what's going on in the parking lot because the way the thing is designed now, the person working there can't see outside. It's crazy. If you think about it, people who don't believe in God, people don't believe that God is a judge and that God is real and God is watching everything that you say, you think, and you do. You got people around you who don't believe in a God. What's to stop them from doing evil, from doing wrong? They don't believe in, they might say, well, something like karma or something. Karma's going to get you or something like that. But they don't believe in a God. And so the witches actually believe that they can avoid karma when God sees through everything. There's no avoiding karma. They can try to put it on somebody else, but it's really, even if a witch was to put it on a believer who's just having a struggle or whatever, that struggle makes them stronger. The struggle that the witch or the warlock tries to put on the believer makes the believer stronger. Makes them wiser. Makes them more diligent. You know? Like the narcissist. So let's say somebody's saved and they didn't know about narcissism and they finally get away from a narcissist and they get wise about it through the cycles, through the repeat. They escape it. God allows them to escape. And then they learn and they say, oh, that person, these people are evil. Who knew that these kind of people even existed? What is this? How can somebody be that evil? You know? They're not afraid of the judgment seat. They're not afraid of the great white throne judgment. They're not afraid of the bema seat. They're not afraid of any kind of judgment except getting caught. It's a sad world.